In the last class, we discussed many of the rules regarding the nomenclature. I informed you about the rule selection of the longest chain. Then after I explained you how to number the carbon chain by using the lowest sum set rule. Then after I told you something about, I explained the many terms like parent chain, longest possible chain, side chains, and many more things. We studied a brief view about the functional groups, their secondary suffix and their structure and many more things. Now in this class, students, we will be taking many organic compounds and we will be naming these organic compounds. Let's start from the hydrocarbons. We have the general representation of an IUPAC name. We have a root word. This is root word, and before root word we have prefix. We have prefix, and after prefix we had primary suffix, and then we have secondary suffix. So students, this is a general representation of an IUPAC name. We have prefix, we have root word, then we have primary suffix, and then we have secondary suffix. As discussed earlier, prefix, generally we write here, prefix, we write in prefix the substituents or side chains. In root word, we indicate the number of carbon atoms by using various types of root words. For 1 carbon meth, for 2 carbon eth, then prop, then bute, pent, hex, hept, oct, non, dec, so on and so forth. Primary suffix, it indicates the linkage, already discussed in the later classes, in the earlier classes. Then secondary suffix, that indicated the functional group. I have given you an elementary idea about the functional groups. There I can say secondary suffix and all that. So now I will be taking a very simple compound. I have a compound here, CH4. Let's see what will be the organic name, what will be the IUPAC name of this compound. I will be using all the rules. Here in this compound, I have only a single carbon atom that will serve as a carbon chain. So there are no side chains. So prefix is omitted. Now only I have root word. For 1 carbon atom, we use the root word meth, meth. That had been discussed earlier. For 1 carbon, I am using the root word meth. And we have only 1 carbon. Then carbon primary suffix will be ane. For 1 carbon atom or only carbon-carbon single bond linkages, we use the primary suffix ane. So then IUPAC name of this compound will be methane, simply methane. This is the IUPAC name. Now, I will be taking this second compound. CH4 means methane. Now if I am having, suppose if I am having a compound, the compound is like this, simple compounds, CH3 single bond, CH3. And this is the condensed formula of this compound. Carbon's valency is satisfied, 3 covalent bonds with hydrogen and 1 covalent bond with this carbon. Same is the story with this carbon. Now let's look what will be the name of this compound. Only single carbon chain, that will be the principal chain. Now root word. For 2 carbon atoms, we use the root word eth, eth, for 2 carbon atoms. Now, there is only carbon-carbon single bond linkage. So for carbon-carbon single bond linkage, we use the primary suffix ane. For double bond, we use ene. For carbon-carbon triple bond, we use ine. And as these things are already discussed in the previous classes, so carbon-carbon single bond linkage, primary suffix will be ane. That's why this compound has the IUPAC name methane. Now this is ethane. Now I will be taking the third compound. I will be shifting from simpler things to complex things. These are rather very simple. Methane, ethane, then this compound, this CH3, single bond, CH2, single bond, CH3. If I am supposed to name this compound, its IUPAC name will be, for 3 carbon atoms, we use the IUPAC name, we use the root word, PROP, prop. Only carbon-carbon single bond linkage, then primary suffix will be ane. This will be propane. This will be propane. Similarly, students, if I have another compound, this compound, CH3, CH2, 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 and this CH3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon atoms in the longest possible chain. The root word will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is pent. We have only single bonds. Primary suffix means ane. So this compound is pentane. This compound is pentane. If I am taking this compound, CH3, CH2, then CH2, then again CH2, then again CH2, and then CH3. Now I have 6 carbon atoms. For 6 carbon atoms, we use hex. Root word, and primary suffix ane, only single bonds. So this is hexane. Similarly, I can write the nomenclature of linear chain hydrocarbons containing only carbon-carbon single bonds, as after hexane, I will be taking heptane, then octane, then nonane, then decane, then undecane, dodecane, tridecane, tetradecane, pentadecane, hexadecane, heptadecane, octadecane, and nonadecane, then icosane, so on and so forth. Now, if I have a carbon compound, and that too a saturated carbon compound, only carbon-carbon single bonds. Now, if it's branched carbon compound, if it's a branched chain carbon compound, then how I will be dealing with this compound, how I will be dealing with the nomenclature? Let's look. Suppose now I will be taking a very complex compound. The compound is like this: CH3, then C, then CH2, then CH3. We have CH3 here. We have CH2, we have C, we have here CH2, we have CH3. And now we have CH2 and we have CH3. CH2 and we have CH3. Suppose it's a compound and we are asked to name this compound. I will be using all the rules of nomenclature to name this organic compound. Suppose here we have CH3. The first rule in order to name this organic compound is I have to select the longest possible carbon chain. That should be continuous. Let's look. For that I already stated that I will be using the term long drive. Listen students, this is the 1 carbon way, this is 2 carbon way path, and this is 1 carbon path. So it will be the longest chain. I will be moving here, and here I have 2 options. If I am going downwards, Then I have the chain of 2 carbon atoms. For citrate, I have the chain of 3 carbon atoms. According to rule, I have to go for the longest possible chain. So I will be going in this direction. So this will be our longest possible carbon chain. This will be our longest possible chain. One rule is clear. Now second rule is the numbering of the carbon chain. For that I told you we will be using lowest set rule. What is lowest set rule? I will be numbering this chain 1, 2 and 3. Carbon number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have here substituent on 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon number 4. But from this side we have substituent on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this I can say this way will be preferred for numbering. So this will be carbon number 1. This will be carbon number 2. This will be 3. This will be carbon number 4. This will be carbon number 5. This will be carbon number 6. This will be carbon number 7. And this will be carbon number 8. Carbon number 8. So my root word is clear. For 8 carbon atoms, we use the root word oct. Now, I have a very, very important thing here that I am supposed to discuss with you students. Now, I have here side chains also. The chain that is not included in the main chain, these are known as side chains. Side chains are always written in prefix along with their number, along with their locant and how much amount, along with their quantity. For 2 di, for such 3 things tri, for such 3 groups tetra. Now listen students. So if it's a side chain, for 2, there is a rule how to write these side chains. For side chains, we write YL. For now, in order to, I can say, name these substituents, name these side chains as prefix, what we are supposed to do is a very simple thing. The thing goes like this. I have to, for 2 carbon atoms, I have the root word eth. Eth. Now I will be adding this YL. If I am writing this side chain as substituent, I have to add YL for that very root word. For 2 carbon atoms, we have the root word eth. If I am using it as a substituent or as a side chain, then I am supposed to add YL, so it will be ethyl. For 1 carbon atom, I have the substitute, I have the root word meth, but I am using it as the substituent. I am writing it in the prefix, so I will be adding YL, means meth, and I will be adding YL, methyl. For 3 carbon atoms as substituent, if they have only single bond linkage, that is the important thing. I'll be using propyl, then butyl, pentyl, hexyl, heptyl, and so on. Now I have to write all these. This is ethyl, this is methyl, this is also methyl, this is also methyl. Now the rule is very simple. I have to write down all these side chains, all these substituents in prefix by adding YL at their end, but they are supposed to be taken in alphabetical order. So I will be following the alphabetical order trend. Means I will be first writing E ethyl, then M methyl, along with their locants, the carbon number, and along with the quantity, means whether they are 2, 3 and 4. So how will be the name? Now I have to write ethyl. It is on carbon number 5 and I have only 1 ethyl. So I will be writing the locant 5 ethyl. Now I will be writing hyphen 5 ethyl. And what I have now methyl groups. At 5, at 3, but at 3 I have 2 methyl groups. So I will be writing 3, 3. Why 3 comma 3? Because on carbon number 3 we have 2 methyl groups, 3 comma 3, and I have 1 methyl on carbon number 5. So 3 comma 3, 5. Which groups are they? These are methyl groups. But how many are they? They are 3. So I'll be writing 3 comma 3, 5 trimethyl. Trimethyl. 5 ethyl, it's or 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5. Trimethyl is clear. My substituents side chains are now clear. After prefix, I will be going with root word. For root word, I have 8 carbon atoms. For 8 carbon atoms, I will be using oct. And I have only single bond linkage. So I will be using ane. So this will be your IUPAC name of this compound. 5-ethyl, 3,3,5 trimethyl, 3,3,5 trimethyl, and then oct, 8 carbon atoms, only single bonds, so ane. This will be the IUPAC name of this compound. Now let's discuss another example regarding the nomenclature of the organic compounds. I'll be taking a very, very simple compound. Now another example. CH3, C, this is CH3, CH2, 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 CH3, CH3, Now if I have a compound like this, where the valency of every carbon atom is satisfied. Now I have to name these organic compounds. I will be using all the discussed rules of the nomenclature. The first rule is I will be going with the longest possible carbon chain. Then after I will be numbering the carbon chain. I will be using lowest sum rule. And then after I will be having some side chains. They are supposed to be written in prefix. Then I will be going for the linkage. I will be using primary suffix. Ane for single bonds, ene for double bonds. Now, this is, I can start from here, here and here. It is one of the same thing because I have same quantity of carbon atoms. So let's go for straight chain. Then I have here 1, 2, 3 ways, but I think it is the longest one. So this is the longest possible carbon chain. This carbon chain is the longest possible carbon chain. This is the parent chain. This is the principal chain. This is the main chain. Now these chains that are not included in the parent chain, these chains are known as side chains. Side chains are written in prefix by using 2 alphabets, 2 letters YL. So for 2 carbon atom, I have the root word eth, but I am writing it in prefix as substituent. So I will be adding YL. So it will be ethyl. It also will be, this is carbon. It also will be ethyl. It also is ethyl. Now these two, they are methyl. This is also methyl. Methyl. Now students, I have to number this carbon chain. Either I have to number from this side or I have to number from this side. Now I will be using the lowest set rule. So I will be making two sets, one set in this direction and another set from this direction. Then I will be comparing the locants one upon one. This set that has the lowest, I can say that has a locant with lowest number at the first point of difference will be selected for numbering, or simply the side from which substituent is nearer. That is generally taken as the preferred, I can say, side. Now listen, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Substituent on carbon number 4. Substituent on from this side, carbon number 2. So this chain will be taken as the chain for numbering. This side will be taken as the side for numbering. So I will also have this result if I am using lowest set rule like this. Now this is carbon number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, and this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now these are substituents. They are supposed to be written in prefix, in alphabetical order, along with their locants. But locants taken in ascending order. Now first ethyl will come. Ethyl is on carbon number 5, 2 and 6. At carbon number 2 I have two ethyl groups. So 5, 5. And I have another ethyl on carbon number 6. So 5, 5, 6. How many ethyl? 3 ethyls. So I will be writing triethyl. This is 5, 5, 6 triethyl. Now after ethyl I have methyl. Add 2 and add 2. So 2, then hyphen, 2, 2. I have 2 methyls. That's why dimethyl. My prefix is complete. Now after prefix, I will be shifting prefix, then root word. How many carbon atoms? I have 9 carbon atoms. So root word will be non. After root word, I have primary suffix. I have only carbon-carbon single bond linkage. So I will be using ane. So this will be the complete IUPAC name of this compound. I have 5, 5, 6 triethyl, 2, 2 dimethyl. Non-N is an IUPAC name. Where this portion from 5 to this L, it is prefix. Non is root word, N is primary suffix. In these compounds, we do not have the functional group, so secondary suffix is ignored, or it will not come in this name of this IUPAC compound. Now students, few questions, few very, very simple questions that were asked in the examinations. Let us discuss some of these examples. Now, very simple organic compound. Suppose this is an organic compound, CH3. C, this is CH3, this is CH3, and this is CH3. If you are asked to name this organic compound, very simple story. You have to take the longest carbon chain. In every direction, we have the longest possible chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I will be taking this one. This is the longest possible chain. 3, numbering 1, 2, 1, 2. One of the same thing. 1, 2 and then 3. 1, 2 and 3. Suppose I have to name this organic compound. It is a very simple organic compound. I have to name this organic compound. So this is the longest possible chain. 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. One of the same thing. Now I have to name this organic compound. These are side chains, substituents. They are supposed to be written as prefix. So their name will be 2, 2. I have 2 methyls. So dimethyl. 2, 2 dimethyl. 1, 2, 3 For 3, I use the root word prop. Prop. I have only single bond, so it's ane. So this compound is 2,2-dimethyl propane. It is also sometimes known as neopentane, but it is a common name. It is not the IUPAC name. This is 2,2-dimethyl propane. So this compound is 2,2-dimethyl propane. Now I will be taking another example, another a bit complex example. Suppose I have an organic compound like this, CH3, this is CH2, this is CH3, then this CH2 and CH3, then I have this compound CH2 and CH3, I have here CH3, I have here again CH3, CH2, 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 now single bond, CH2, CH2, CH3. Suppose I am given with this organic compound. It looks a big, very big organic compound, but the rules are clear to you. It's very simple for you. I'll be using 3 rules and I will arrive at the solution. First rule, selection of the longest possible chain. Now listen students, I will be starting from this side, 1 carbon, and this is 2 carbon. So here I will be starting, going for the long drive of carbon chains. I'll be going this way, 2 carbon, we have a long chain here, I'll be going straight, 3 carbon, long chain, I'll be going straight. Now here I have a very different story. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll be going for long chain. So this is the longest possible carbon chain. This is the longest possible carbon chain. This is the paired chain. This is the principal chain. This is the main chain. Now substituents. This substituent is methyl. This is also methyl. This is also methyl. This is methyl. 2 carbon, ethyl. Now 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon, it's propyl. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon, YL, butyl. Now I have to number this carbon chain. I will be using lowest set rule. But we have a very simple thing here. Substituent 1, 2, 3 on carbon number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here, the substituent is nearer. So this will be the way or the direction from which I have to number this carbon chain. 1, this is 2, 3, 4, this is 5, this is 6, 7, this is carbon 8, this is carbon 9, this is carbon 10, 11, and this is carbon 12. So, now this side chain, it's butyl. This side chain, it's 3 carbon, YL, propyl. 2, this is eth, YL, ethyl. This is 1. For 1, we write methyl. It's also methyl, methyl, and methyl. Now I will be writing its name in alphabetical order. Firstly, I will be using prefix along with their locants in alphabetical order. So first, I will be using B, butyl. What is the locant? 7. 7. I'll be writing here, students. I'll be writing here 7. 7 butyl. 7 butyl. A, B, C, D, E. I will be going with E. At carbon 4, we have ethyl. 4-ethyl. Alphabetical order along with their locants. 4-ethyl. And after E, I will be going with M. M because E, M. Now M, 3, on 3 I have 2. So 3, 3. On 4 I have 1. 4. So this is OR, this is also OR, this is also OR. And I have this one also on 5. I will be writing here 5. 3, 3, 4, 5. These are methyl groups. But how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I will be writing tetra. Tetramethyl. 4 methyls. Tetramethyl. Tetramethyl. And after M, I will be going with P. MNO. Methyl. It's on 5. So I'll be writing 5. 5-propyl. Students, now my root word is complete. My prefix is complete. 7-butyl, 4-ethyl, 3,3,4,5 tetramethyl, 5-propyl, 5-propyl. Now root word. How many carbon atoms? 12. For 12 carbon atoms, I have already discussed it. We use the root word dodec. So I'll be writing dodec. And we have only single bond linkage. For single bond linkage, we use the primary suffix ane. So it will be ane. So what will be the IUPAC name of this organic compound, students? Very, very simple. I had used all the rules of nomenclature. Prefix, root word, primary suffix. So this is your name. 7-butyl, 4-ethyl, 3,3,4,5 tetramethyl, 5-propyl dodecane is the IUPAC name of this compound. In this class, we discussed only the nomenclature of organic compounds that had only single bond linkage, means alkanes. In the next session of this nomenclature, we will be discussing the nomenclature of alkenes and alkynes. Thanks, students. This was about the nomenclature of organic compounds, hydrocarbons, alkanes, only having carbon-carbon single bond linkage.